Hello, so welcome to a new Tyler vid. A very rare one at that. So, I set stone what I wanted to do after I got Runway SA22. It was to beat all Harry Potter games. I'm still working on the next four, but I've pretty much gotten all the GameCube era games done. So, I feel like it's time to do part 1 of this vid. So, to me, the absolute worst of the four here is easily Goblet of Fire. I might get hate, but I simply hated how they formatted Goblet of Fire. I absolutely hated it. They designed it so shit. It is fucking shit. Only because all they did with Goblet of Fire, right? They put it into levels format, where you go to a place, there's levels, and then you collect these Triwizard tournaments, but Triwizard shields to a certain amount to unlock the next level. I personally did not like that. It did not tell any story whatsoever. But the only thing I think they executed well was the Triwizard tasks. I believe those were executed well. The first one specifically was fun. The second was boring, but what do you expect? It's Harry being underwater for an hour. The third one, it's tough, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. But to me, the Voldemort boss fight in this one, it's easily the worst and the hardest boss fight of the four. To me personally, it was one of the hardest, and if not the worst. So Goblet of Fire, I'm sorry, but it's easily the worst three of both the four. It is absolutely the worst. Next, we'll move on to Chamber of Secrets. This is the second worst, but the only reason I make this better than Goblet of Fire is only because, well, it actually told a story from start to finish, as you would expect from the movies and the books. It actually told you a story that I liked. So, the vibes were about the same as you would feel in Sorcerer's Stone. It was pretty good. I like it. But the main nitpicks are constant loading times. You could simply open a door. It'll load. The game will load. The save system was absolute shit. But I appreciate them experimenting. But you could not directly just go into the pause menu and click save. No. You had to run into a certain place in Hogwarts or outside of which level you're on. Wherever you can find the freaking paper or something, that's where you could save. But it was not reliable. It's like, let's say if I was during a level I wanted to quit playing for a while. I'd lose progress for that until I saved. So I had to wait till I got back to Hogwarts, click save on the stairs, and then close out the game. So that, and then the restrictions of exploring Hogwarts compared to the first game was absolute shit as well. Let's say if you were outside and you wanted to go to Hagrid's hut, you could not do that freely as you could with Sorcerer's Stone. Instead, it'll be like if you got close enough, it'll load you into a different section of the game. So, like, there's 4 different sections like outside the entrance hall. When you go outside of that, there's like 3 to 4 different pathways you can take. Like if you wanted to go left, it will take you to the herbology, the greenhouse, but it'll stop you and then load you to that section. And then one will take you to the Quidditch Stadium, etc., vice versa. But I believe the story was executed here pretty good as well. Gave you an entirely different vibe as well in terms of color and stuff. I like it. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Chamber of Secrets. Next, we're going to move on to Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, whatever you want to call it. This one, I cannot tell you how fun this game was. The only times I ever had a difficult time playing this one was, trying to think. I think I had to get potions ingredients Or was that Chamber of Secrets? I have no idea, but there was only a few things I had trouble with. There was one point where I kept getting trapped, but then I figured out why, and then the Quirrell / Voldemort fight at the end had a little bit of trouble with that, but I kind of figured how to do it. You get my drift. And as I said about Chamber of Secrets, exploring Hogwarts, you were able to do that really freely. So if you played Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, you'd absolutely love exploring Hogwarts. Like, it takes pretty long to run from one place to another, but it's technically free roam. So I like that. And then playing Quidditch was also really fun as well. So, so for it being the first game, absolutely love that there were some aspects of the book that was accurate. Like when Harry grabbed his wand, or had a hold of his first wand. There's a part in the book where it says that Harry grabs a hold of the wand and then raises it up. There's a part of the book that says that. And what does Harry do in this game? He raises up the wand. And that, to me, I love that part was book accurate, even though the movies part was really iconic. And so there's mixed aspects of the book and the movie for this. It was awesome. So, Sorcerer's Stone, I would highly recommend checking out that game. If you're not really wanting to commit to the entire series, I definitely recommend checking out Sorcerer's Stone. And then, of course, number one, no surprise, Prisoner of Azkaban. This, to me, was everything that Sorcerer's Stone was, but better. There's a lot of things that made this the better game out of this for the group. One, you could control all three of the trio. You can control Ron, Hermione, or Harry. They all had our separate roles. So whatever you needed to do, you switch to that certain character. Fucking awesome. You could control Hedwig for some periods. You could control Buckbeak. Like, how cool is that? And then Hogwarts was also free roam. It was way more... It was a bigger space than what it was in Sorcerer's Stone. To me, I've had really fun with Prisoner of Azkaban. There was parts that was boring, obviously, because some things would take long. But that's with any game. The Prisoner of Azkaban story was really executed well as well. There's some aspects of the book in here that's accurate as well. And the movies. The characters actually look like they're what they're supposed to look like, and then the Hufflepuff color is actually yellow instead of purple. So that was one little nitpick as well that I had with previous games that I didn't mind. I was like, why is it purple? But anyway. Prisoner of Azkaban, to me, like I said, that is everything Sorcerer's Stone was, but better. The movement mechanics at first is gonna feel weird because it takes you a minute to actually start running, but when you're on a ledge, it's at standard walking speed but faster. So they improved the movement mechanics in this game as well. So it's really cool. So to me, the list right now is Prisoner of Azkaban, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire. But for Quidditch World Cup, I'm just gonna put it next to Sorcerer's Stone. Only because they released the same time periods. And same with Chamber of Secrets. This one released before Prisoner of Azkaban, but I'm not gonna put it as the same tier as that game because this game is mainly just learning about aspects of Quidditch and then playing each aspect of Quidditch, each technique, and each position of a Quidditch player. You learn how to control the players and the broomsticks in Quidditch. So that's really what this game is about. You can play in each Hogwarts house and gain all three up to the gold Quidditch card for a certain time that you can beat a mission. So when you do that, you also unlock more shit. And then eventually, when you do all the tasks in the Hogwarts house, you can actually play the actual World Cup mode. So there's a lot of unlimited possibilities you can do with this game. And so it's really fun to take a break off of if you're getting aggravated with the actual games themselves. So that's really all I have to say about the first 4 Harry Potter games plus Quidditch World Cup. This will end off the GameCube era. And we're moving on to the Wii era. Why? Because that's the only console I have access to, like, in terms of hardware. And then I have it on my homebrewed Wii, so I was able to get access to all 8 games. So that's why I'm playing on those versions. So this is part 1. I'm not sure when part 2 is gonna come out, but I hope to be done with the next 4 games within the end of the year, hopefully. If not, I promise you it will be coming within 4 months. I want to make the estimate within 4 months, but I hope sooner than that. Because all this took around a month and a half, I think. But thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one, and eventually the part 2 of the tier list. See y'all next time.